Well, now to East Africa and a much more serious story. A massive fire in Somalia has destroyed large parts of Mogadishu's main market on Monday, killing 3 people, including 2 children, and wounding several others. Police official Adam Mohammed says the blaze began early in the morning, sending thick plumes of smoke billowing over the Somali capital as flames engulfed market stalls whose hodgepodge placement made it difficult for firefighters to contain the inferno. It is unclear what caused the blaze. Initial reports say it was caused by a fire stove, while other sources indicated there had been an electrical fault. Well, meanwhile, according to Reuters, a car bomb was triggered in Mogadishu, wounding at least 3 people. So far, it's not clear who was responsible for the blast. Now, for more on the fire and bombing in Mogadishu, I'm joined by VOA Somali reporter Mohamed Olad. Mohamed, let's first begin with this fire. What more do you know about the fire at Bakara Market?
Well, according to the Somali police chief in Mogadishu, he says the fire started in the middle of a gold market in Somali capital, Mogadishu, which is part of Bakara Market, and then it spread through the market by heavy winds that have been blowing in the capital overnight and this morning.
Now, there are markets all over Africa, but tell us what this market means to the people of Somalia.
Well, this is the largest in some business community call it the largest in East Africa, and Somalia is the largest and the biggest market. It is the hub of Somali economy. We can say it is the heart of Somali economy. Almost all major companies in Somalia have bases in this market, and most Western media remember the market was the stronghold of Al-Shabaab militants when they were fighting against the Somali government. Yeah, used to control it when they were fighting against Somali government forces and the African Union in 2011. So it shows that the market has a significance.
So first, there's a question of this is where people in Mogadishu get all their wares, from food to other items, but also there's a big dimension of the taxes for the government, right?
Yeah, now for the government, although it doesn't impose a lot of tax on this market, and businessmen always deal with the government separately rather than paying tax in public because the government hasn't started collecting tax from the people. But the market has a significance for the government because it's the economy of the country. It controls the exchange of market. If there's any inflation or if there's any food price rocketing, this is the market that controls. So the businessmen in this market control it rather than the government. So it's something that the whole economy of Somalia, whenever somebody wants to talk about the Somali economy, this is where to go. It also hosts the Somali telecommunication companies, the biggest in one of the biggest in East Africa and the most sophisticated. So this market has a significance, and I'm sure that according to the geographical area where the fire was swept through, millions of dollars were lost in this fire.
But now again, one other aspect is that it was very difficult for firefighters to get in. Is that something that perhaps has ever concerned officials, that the way it is built, it's hard to save lives and to put out fires? Well,
all Somalis who businessmen have been converging into this market for a long time, since the collapse of Mohamed Barre. So everybody built along the roads, along the bigger streets where firefighters could use. So they left alleys and very narrow roads that could prevent firefighters to go inside and put the fire out. And former government has tried to clear all these major roads, but they failed because of the power of the businessmen there, and they have been putting a lot of money into this area. So it's very difficult for the government to clear major roads unless they compensate to the businessmen who have been building these high-rise buildings, business stores, all these big business places. So it's difficult for the government to vacate or to ask people to vacate all these major roads.
We're happy that not too many people were killed. Now, quickly talk about the blast today. Now, people are also scared in Mogadishu today from a blast.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. There was a car chase. The police forces were chasing a car after they suspected it, and then during the chase, the driver of the car tried to open fire on the government forces, and he wounded 3 government soldiers, and then the car ran away, speed away towards the Mogadishu's outskirts, where the government forces intercepted, and then it blew itself up. The guy who was driving the car escaped from the scene, and three other government soldiers were wounded.
Again, we're happy that lives were spared. Thanks a lot, Mohamed, for joining us today.
Thank you.
That's Mohamed Olad, who is a reporter with VOA's Somali service.